We often talk a lot about generational wealth, but in terms of generational wisdom through the 5 generations and preparing for the sixth, what lessons are you passing down so that they can continue for the empire to stay afloat? And what are the systems that you guys had in place to pass down these lessons decade after decade and century after century?
When the McKissacks were coming along, it was a different day. And parents were able to train their kids by having their kids look at them. They were the models. The world that we live in now is much different. I find it to be much more of a struggle to pass this information down to the next generation. When my daughter in George Washington, she could choose from 100, 200 different degrees. And I remember sitting down saying, this is a mess. I don't know what half of this stuff is. And so it was a different day. So I think it was easier to pass it down then. Now it's just consistently telling them, showing them that owning your own, it creates a destiny for you that's different than everyone else. You get to be the architect of your destiny when you own your own. They have to work for other corporations. They have to see that there's a glass ceiling above your head and look at the leadership of the company you're in and does it look like you? So then what are your chances of getting there? I'm not saying you can't do it. Heck, you can. Sometimes they have to go through it. Um, and they have to understand that what they see on the internet, these little clips of people are at their brightest and greatest moments. But then they'll see a year or two later, these people have a complete crisis and they break down. And so that's real life. We all go through it. And so sometimes, I don't know. The internet has just given us too much to think about, and a lot of it is not real. So
On
we
it.
got to get to what's real.